Hello there, YouTubers and Lutubers and anyone else. I'm sitting in a Tesla. This is Don Cochran from Tesla UK.
Hi.
I just want to know the quick few, like the
technical details.
The top facts. So behind us is a lot of
batteries. So 6,831 lithium-ion cells,
which are basically the same as you'd have in a laptop.
Absolutely, they're actually exactly the same as Sony use in their laptops. It's called an 18650 cell, and they're made in their billions around the world every year, which makes it great for us because we don't have to build a huge factory. We can actually buy them almost open source from the marketplace. And also they're being tested so well worldwide, and that's so important. Safety is very,
but then there's sort of cooling business there as well.
Absolutely. The batteries are cooled and heated depending on the external temperature, and to make sure that they're always operating with their maximum efficiency. And
you can see them in the back, but then I can't actually see the motor.
No, you can't see the motor, unfortunately. It's buried under the power electronics module.
And how powerful is the motor?
It's 185 kilowatts motor.
Wow.
It's a three-phase.
And what does that do? Is there a way of calculating that in horsepower?
250 horsepower.
Oh, I see. That's why it moves quite quickly.
Or 380 newton meters of torque, which is really, really impressive. That's the way you get the electric linear acceleration.
Because it is. It just goes boom. And my hand kept wanting to go and change gear. There's nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Just hold on.
There's no gears.
This thing scares the living shit out of you, believe me. This is the first time I've driven it on my own. I've just been with the wonderful Don Cochran from Tesla UK, who gave me the quick sort of rundown how to drive it. It's very easy to drive. It's just that it is brutally fast. I'm now taking it up on the what's known as the M45, which has a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. There's a car behind me because I really wanted to try out the old the old 0 to 50. Got plenty of miles left, interestingly enough. Let's see where we are. Okay, so I'm pulling onto a motorway now, flooring it. Jesus Christ! Fuck! Sorry, slightly over the speed limit then.
Okay, so we're now doing. I'm going to slow down now. Okay, we're doing 20.
We're doing 80.
Key. They're going to change that apparently. They still have a key. You put the key in the ignition. It's really complicated. Put your foot on the brake and you turn it, and then it goes. Isn't that nice? And now it's ready to go. Isn't that simple? Look at that. Now we're moving. I know it's just a car.
So the arguments have reigned phenomenally, haven't they, about this machine? You know, is this the future? Is this the way it should be? You know, should it be batteries or hydrogen? It is mind-boggling. I just don't know how anyone can drive this car and not be staggered by the technological change. I mean, we've been using internal combustion engines for over 100 years, and they've belched out billions of tons of carbon monoxide and all the particulates and all the everything else. And meanwhile, this technology is not new. There were electric cars over 100 years ago, but this technology has taken some sort of leap. If it was a petrol car, if it was a petrolly powered car, it would be a really cool little car. You know, a little sports car like this. But because it's electric, I don't feel guilty driving it, you know. I mean, okay, now the electricity that well, I don't feel guilty about driving it because it's not leaving any smell out the back. And you can then argue, well, what about the batteries? Well, the batteries, we'll see. The battery technology will change and develop very rapidly. It is already. You can say, where does the electricity come from that powers it? Well, where does the electricity come from that powers... where does the electricity come from that makes hydrogen? That's always my argument. Because there's one thing for sure. What you're doing with this is you're generating electricity and you're storing it in a battery. Two-stage process. Generate, store, use. Three-stage process. It's a three-stage process. You generate electricity, you store it in a battery, you use it to drive yourself along. With hydrogen cars, you generate electricity, you use it to split water to produce hydrogen, you store the hydrogen, you transport the hydrogen, you then pump the hydrogen into the car. The hydrogen is then transformed into electricity in a fuel cell, which is then used to power the car. I don't know how many steps that is, but it's more than 3. It's a lot more steps. Now, can I ever take him? Yes, easily. is wicked fast. I mean, it's a sports car, you know, it's meant to be a sports car. And what would be really interesting is if they develop a car that is just a car, like a four-seater, four-door car that just does not normal, you know, 0 to 60 in sort of 10, 12 seconds. Yes, the other amazing thing is when you take your foot off the throttle, it slows down quite, you really feel it slowing down. It doesn't feel like it's just running away with itself. It's because you're recharging the battery. Now, I've been driving for, say, 25 minutes, I would think, around London. So not generally as fast as I've just been then. And the onboard range meter, which is all very electronic and groovy, tells me I've got 186 miles left. At my current driving rate, well, I've just been doing 0 to 60 in a couple of seconds back there, in a few seconds, and so that's obviously used a lot more. So the slower you go, the more gently you drive it, that actually will go back up. It'll soon say 190 miles. So it's kind of calculating your driving speed.
Hello there, YouTubers. Well, that was it really. I didn't want to go on too much. I just want to do the quick basic facts, because I've been asked so many, Twittering. I've been Twittering, I was Twittering when I was in the Tesla. I've had so many questions. How long does it take to charge? If you plug it in next to your fridge, about 15 hours. Really a long time. If you plug it into a specially made Tesla charger, it takes about 3 hours. They're just about to produce a new charger this year that will take 1 hour. The simple truth about the Tesla is it's simple and it works. That's all I've got to say about it, really. I drove that car hard all day. I don't know how many miles, I think about 98 miles in London, around the M25, along motorways, down busy city streets. I couldn't help but accelerate much, much harder than I should have done. And the battery, I hadn't even used half the battery. Let me just clarify one very clever, specific thing, and I'm not going to refer to any other review of this vehicle. It does more than 55 miles on a charge. Just to clarify that, because I've had so many people say, oh, well, I've heard it only does 55 miles. That is nonsense. It's a lie. It's not true. And whoever did say that actually had to take it back in the press. I'm not going to mention names. You know who I mean. Just as a little side snippet of information that isn't directly related to that, another high-performance sporting vehicle. It's a Ferrari, a particular maker Ferrari, I'm not sure which one, very, very fast. On the company's website, on the Ferrari website, it claims it does, I think, 10 to 12 miles to the gallon. On a track, when it's being driven on a track, this is quite interesting, 1.8 miles to the gallon. I love saying those things really slowly. So I'm not going to go on. I had enormous fun with my Tesla day. It was fantastic. I just want you to know that, you know, I'm not influenced at all. I'm not a Tesla fanboy at all. It just so happens that, you know, they're really, really nice company. Oh, what, that? Oh, yeah, that's just like a keyring. Yeah, cool. Right. YouTubers, Lutubers, if you have been, thank you for watching.